Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about, do narcissists ever miss their exes, or do they ever think about them? I was asked this question. Do you think the narcissist is sitting there thinking about their exes, or do they ever think about their exes, or do they ever miss their exes? Well, it's like this. Number one, you've got to understand something. Narcissists are not built like you, okay? When you got with the narcissist, you were involved emotionally with that narcissist. That narcissist was never emotionally involved or attached to you the way you were attached to them, okay? That's why victims, at the end of a relationship, they're trying to pull themselves together. They're trying to heal because their feelings were all into it, okay? A lot of them wore their heart on a sleeve, whereas the narcissists never put their complete feelings into that relationship. Narcissists are guarded, okay? They look at their exes as a means to an end, okay? So what they did is they got with their exes because their exes provided something for them, okay? It could have been something financial. It could have been sexual. It could have been lust. It could have been convenience. They may have just went with it at the time, but they weren't serious when they went with it. See, when you get with a narcissist, you're not getting in a relationship with somebody who's putting their all into the relationship. They tell you they are, and they fool you and they mislead you. This is why people get so hurt when they're coldly discarded, because they thought that the narcissist really cared about them or was all in on the relationship. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. That's why narcissists are able to leave you so coldly, because they weren't all vested into the relationship. Narcissists were never vested into the relationship, all right? And the problem is, too many people believe words. They believe what the narcissist told them. Oh, I love you unconditionally. Oh, I'll never leave you, this and that, okay? Just because somebody says something like that doesn't mean that they mean it, all right? So, but you're thinking that the narcissist is just like you because they fooled you. They mirrored you to make you think that they were a real one, that they were sincere, that they really cared about you. So, do you think a person that is not built like you, that wasn't vested into the relationship, do you think they're ever going to miss you? They're not going to miss you the way you missed the narcissist, all right? They're going to miss what they lost from you, what supply you had to offer them. That's what they're going to miss, all right? And here's the thing. It all depends. I always say this time and time again in a lot of my in a lot of my podcasts. Narcissists, they miss according to how they're doing. Now, what does that mean? That means that when you have an independent narcissist that is doing well for themselves, has a lot of supply, doesn't need you or need what you have to offer, even attention. Let's take that for a minute. Let's say the narcissist moved on to another supply that's giving them plenty of attention. Do you really think that the narcissist is going to miss you? They may miss you because you're something different, but they're getting the supply, okay? They're being fed, so to speak, all right? So when narcissists are being fed, they're not going to miss their exes the way people think they will. Now, here's the other thing. Will narcissists think about their exes? Yes. Narcissists will think about their exes, all right? At some point, narcissists always think about the exes. But it's because they want to feel like they didn't lose anything. This is why the narcissist may stalk your social media, or maybe watching you, watching what you're posting, watching what your friends are posting, watching to see, how you're doing. The narcissist never wants to feel like they lost something. So they're watching to see how you're doing in your life. Have you moved on? Have you, are you doing well financially? Have you come into money, inheritances? They want to see if you're doing well or if you're doing better than them, because the narcissist doesn't ever want to believe that you could ever do better than them. all right? They hate when their exes do better than them. So they watch to make sure that you're not doing well, okay? And if you are doing well, this is when the narcissist may come around and hoover you. Might be when you get that random text from the narcissist from another number because the narcissist saw you're doing well. Or let's say you're starting a new business, or you bought a new beautiful home, or you bought a new car. All of a sudden, ding-a-ling-a-ling, hey, how are you? How you been? Okay? Because the narcissist wants a piece of that pot. That's what they want. They want a piece of your good fortune. So they may come around and hoover you if they see that you're doing really well and they want to get in on the gravy train, okay? That's when a narcissist may miss you because they'll miss what you had to offer. This is what it is. They'll miss what you had to offer, but they won't miss you, the person per se, because they never really attach to you. You are like, you're like a conductor. You're like a middle person to whatever they do miss, which is the supply, okay? And you've got to figure out what supply you offered that narcissist. Was it sex? Was it money? Was it a place to live? Did you give them a lot of attention? All right. Now, if the narcissist is not doing well out there, all right, which happens all the time, narcissists go out, they think the grass is greener, and they find, hey, the new supply is not great. What a narcissist could do is bounce to another supply because they always have a backup to the new supply. Keep that in mind. They never just deal with one. Or they can bounce back to their exes, okay? That's another thing that narcissists will do. So understand this. The narcissist is not missing you the way you're missing the good times that you had with the narcissist. And the narcissist knew that those good times that they had with you were fake, okay? That it was a performance. So it's when you were in the fantasy, all right? You were in the fantasy thinking that this person was caring about you, really, was falling for you. That was all a fantasy, but the narcissist knew it was a fantasy. So they're not mourning those good times because they knew it wasn't real, all right? It was an Academy Award performance. That's what it is. Narcissists put on an Academy Award performance. Because listen to me and listen to me good. The narcissist's intent was never the same intent that you had. The narcissist's intent was to get in and get that supply that you had to offer. They saw that you had something that they wanted or they could benefit from. All right? Or the narcissist was lusting after you, and we know that lust doesn't last. Lust is short-lived. So the narcissist didn't love you. The narcissist may have lusted you. And then once they've gotten they gotten satisfied in, the short-term lust period, now they're no longer thirsty for you anymore. That is not love. Love is something that you water that grows over a period of time. Narcissists don't love. Like I had somebody say to me, well, when does the narcissist finally fall in love? When do they love? They don't technically fall in love and love, okay? They may be with somebody a long time, but the narcissist always has a wall up. They don't attach the way like an empath would attach, or like somebody else who's not guarded would attach. So it's different, okay? They're with people as a matter of convenience or a matter of supply, a matter of survival, okay? These people that are with the narcissist are offering something to that narcissist. A narcissist will never be with somebody unless they are getting something out of the relationship, all right? And it's not love, all right? It's not love because narcissists are not looking for love. Narcissists don't want love. They want supply. So understand this. If the narcissist does miss you, they're missing your supply. And I'm going to tell you when they miss you the most. They miss you the most during their downtime, when things are boring for the narcissist. It could be early morning after they've gone out, they've been with other supply all night long, and then in the morning, the narcissist, after they're satisfied by that other supply, they're sitting alone, they're on their phones, they're on their social media, and what are they doing? They're trolling your social media, okay? Because now they're wondering what's going on with you, okay? I wouldn't say per se that they're missing you, but they will most definitely be curious about what's going on in your life. And how do I know that? Because I have been stalked. I have been trolled by narcissists. And I know it's because they're curious about what's going on in my life. They want to see how I'm doing. They don't want to feel like they lost anything. Narcissists are very curious creatures. They're very nosy creatures. So they always want to see what's going on with an old supply, an ex, all right? Because although they may not want that ex, they have a hard time letting go of that ex. It's like the analogy I gave in an old podcast where I said, you're like an old shoe they don't want to throw out, okay? I hate to break it to you, but that's what it is. You're like an old shoe that they don't wear, but they don't want to throw it out because narcissists have a hard time of letting go and abandonment. A lot of them have abandonment issues. So they will always feel a certain attachment towards an ex, but it's not the same attachment that you think it is, okay? It's an attachment that they had something from you. They're attached to what they had from you. It's not an attachment of you as a person, of connecting, of emotions, of love, of feelings. It's not that kind of a connection. It's a connection of the supply that they had. Maybe they liked going to your house and hanging out. They miss that, all right? Maybe they like the sex that you gave them. They miss that. Maybe they like the fact that you gave them money from time to time. They like that. But you together as a whole, as a person, they don't want to attach to you, and they're not missing you as a person. They're missing what you had to offer, the supply. That's what it is. But they will be thinking from time to time about their exes. All right. And like I said, it won't be when they're busy with other supply and they're going out, they're having a good time. No, they won't be thinking about you then. No, that I could promise you. They will not be thinking about you when they have a lot going on. But when they don't have a lot going on, when it's quiet, and there will be times where the narcissist may have downtime. And this is what I'm telling you, in the mornings, early mornings. This is when I used to get, hit up early mornings, or when the narcissist is on social media, early mornings. They're trolling their exes. They're seeing what's going on with them because this is their downtime. They've already got filled by all the other supply. And now, like narcissists want it all. They know they can't walk back into their ex's life, but they want to feel attached to them because they don't want to feel the loss of anything. You're like an object that they feel attached to, and this is when they may miss what you had to offer them, and so they want to see what's going on with you. So that's when the narcissist is going to be looking, going to be watching during their downtime, when the other supply or supplies are not around. That's why we always say when the narcissist, they have a supply, the minute that supply goes to work or they're not around, what's the narcissist doing? They're hoovering their ex's social media. They're watching their friends' social media. They want to see what's going on, all right? They can't do it with the other supply around, so they've got to do it when they're alone, okay? This is when the narcissist is not necessarily missing you, but is curious about what is going on in your life, okay? And they want to see, how are you doing? This is why you never, ever post memes or anything like how you're depressed, you're lonely, or anything. You don't want to give that narcissist the satisfaction. Don't give these people the satisfaction, because they're watching. You've got to show them that you've moved on. You're good, all right? The best thing is to show them nothing. Freeze them out from information. Never let the narcissist know, or try not to let the narcissist know, what's going on in your life. This is how you keep your peace. Because some people like to boast on their social media to try to stick it up the narcissist's nose, because they know they're watching. They may post, they're with their new supply and stuff like that. All right. That could backfire on them, because now the narcissist may come back. All right. And the whole goal is not to get these people to come back. The whole goal is to get rid of them. So never let the narcissist know what you're doing in your life. Okay. This way, you starve them for information. You starve them for supply. So in sum, you guys, does the narcissist miss their exes, or think about them? If they're doing well, they are not going to miss even your supply. All right. But if they're not doing well, they're going to miss your supply. Are they going to think about you? Absolutely. They're going to think about you from time to time, because this is what narcissists do. They will think about you, but keep in mind what I'm telling you. They're not thinking about you in the way that you think they're thinking about you. They're thinking about what the good things that they got from you. That's what they're thinking about, all right? Maybe like I said before, like the good sex, hanging out in your house, having somebody cook for them, having somebody do for them, having somebody be a therapist for them. Yeah, they miss all that. Yeah, that's what they're going to miss, all right? And especially if they can't get it from the new supply or other supplies, yeah, that's what they're going to miss. But not you as a person, completely with all feelings in, because they were never, ever fully attached to you. They would never, ever do that, all right? Because they don't want to get hurt. So that's what it is. You better hope that the narcissist doesn't want to come back, okay? And if they do, you've got to keep that door shut, because it's going to be a repeat, and it's going to be worse than the first time around. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button. Please share the video. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time, limited availability, you guys. Also, check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed Podcast. I have over 7,500 videos over on there. I can't even believe I've done 7,500 videos on narcissism. Wow. Okay. But there's a lot of information on there. So go check it out at the Game Exposed Podcast. TikTok is The Game Exposed, and Facebook and Instagram, you guys, is The Game EXP123. And have a great day.